Ever wonder how words can shape our perception of reality? That's the fascinating question at the heart of critical discourse analysis, or CDA for short. This intriguing field of study explores how language, both written and spoken, can be used as a social tool to manipulate our understanding of the world around us. It delves into the intricate ways in which words can subtly, yet powerfully, influence our beliefs, our attitudes, and our actions. CDA is particularly crucial in examining instances of social power abuse and inequality. It illuminates how language can be employed to reinforce or challenge societal norms and power relations. By scrutinizing text and talk in social and political contexts, CDA uncovers hidden meanings and implicit assumptions that might otherwise go unnoticed. So why does this matter? Well, it helps us to become more discerning consumers of information and more effective communicators. Now that we have a basic understanding of what critical discourse analysis is, we can dive deeper into some of its key concepts. Topoi and fallacy. Imagine if words were like a map, guiding us to different conclusions. That's the essence of topoi. Topoi, derived from the Greek term meaning places, are essentially the common places or standards from which arguments are drawn. They're like signposts that guide our reasoning and help us reach conclusions. Consider a politician who needs to convince the public about the necessity of increased security measures. They might use the topos of threat or danger. The politician could argue that we live in an unstable world full of potential threats, hence the need for heightened security. In this scenario, the threat becomes the topos, the common place from which the argument is drawn. Topoi are everywhere, subtly influencing our thoughts and decisions. Understanding them allows us to see the underlying patterns in arguments, to decode the hidden implications. But what happens when these arguments are misleading? When the signs on our map lead us astray? That's where fallacy comes in. Have you ever been tricked by a seemingly logical argument that turned out to be false? That's what we call fallacy. It's a deceptive, misleading, or downright false argument, cleverly disguised as a sound reasoning. It's like a magician's trick, diverting your attention while the actual deception happens somewhere else. Now, fallacies come in many shapes and sizes. Let's dissect a few of them. Picture the straw man fallacy. It's like building a scarecrow to fight instead of the actual opponent. You misrepresent someone's argument to make it easier to attack. Then we have ad hominem, where instead of countering the argument, you attack the person making it. It's a bit like saying, well, you can't trust John's opinion on climate change. He's a car salesman after all. And let's not forget the slippery slope fallacy. It's like standing at the top of a hill and assuming that one small step will inevitably lead you to slide all the way down. It asserts that a relatively small first step leads inevitably to a chain of related events culminating in some significant impact, much like a domino effect. Identifying these fallacies in arguments is like donning a pair of X-ray specs, allowing us to look beyond the surface and critically evaluate the validity of the argument. It's a powerful tool in our discourse analysis toolkit. So, fallacy is like a detour on our map of arguments, leading us away from the truth. Let's bring it all together now. How do topoi and fallacy fit into the discourse-historical approach? The discourse-historical approach, or DHA, is a multifaceted tool used in critical discourse analysis. What makes it unique is its emphasis on the interplay of history, society, and language. It's here that topoi and fallacy come into play. Topoi, as we've learned, are the commonplaces or accepted truths that speakers rely on to make their arguments persuasive. They are the threads that weave through the fabric of our discourse, helping to form the patterns that we recognize and understand. In the DHA, topoi are essential in revealing how arguments are structured within their historical and social contexts. Fallacies, on the other hand, are the errors or deceptions that can slip into arguments, often unnoticed. They might be logical missteps, or they could be manipulative tactics designed to sway our opinion. Within the DHA, fallacies are valuable for uncovering the power dynamics and ideologies at play in a piece of discourse. They can expose the underlying biases and assumptions that shape our understanding of the world. In the end, the discourse-historical approach is all about peeling back the layers of language to reveal the complex interplay of history, society, and power. By using topoi and fallacy as guiding lights, we can delve deeper into the intricate web of discourse, unveiling the hidden forces that shape our world. So the next time you read a newspaper article or listen to a political speech, remember to look for topoi and watch out for fallacies. You'll be surprised at what you discover.